The Armed Forces of the Philippines, or AFP, is standing firm on its decision not to back down from the Ayungin Shoal inside the Philippine Exclusive Economic Zone. Despite the looming presence of Chinese military vessels in the area, AFP Chief of Staff Lieutenant Gen. Bartolome Macarro said that they will not abandon their posts in the shoal, and instead will continue to rotate troops there. He said that pulling out the troops would only embolden China more. Macarro said, "If we pull out, then what's next? They might even occupy the islands near us. So we have to be firm. We have to show that we are deterrents." The top general was reacting to the recent incursion of Chinese Coast Guard ships and the deployment of a Chinese naval escort in the vicinity waters of the Philippine islands of Second Thomas Shoal. The Philippine Navy has been guarding the shoal for months now. Last March, the Chinese Coast Guard ships performed dangerous blocking maneuvers against the Philippine Navy vessel BRP Sierra Madre, which is docked at the shoal. The Philippine Navy ship was on its way to Second Thomas Shoal when the incident happened. The Chinese vessels blocked the passage of the Philippine Navy ship by sailing in front of it, forcing the Filipino sailors to perform an emergency stop to avoid collision. The Philippine Navy ship attempted to get away, but was blocked again by another Chinese Coast Guard vessel. Second Thomas Shoal is a small, uninhabited island near the major Philippine island of It is within the Philippines Exclusive Economic Zone, meaning that only the Philippines has the right to conduct fishing and other activities there. In January, the Philippine Department of National Defense (DND) said that China has been encroaching into the Philippine Exclusive Economic Zone through the activities of Chinese fishing vessels aided by the Chinese Coast Guard and the People's Liberation Army Navy. The DND said that these illegal incursions took place in the West Philippine Sea, specifically in the areas of the Coleon Island Group, the Paracel Islands, and the Scarborough Shoal. In February, the Philippine Navy started its mission to reinforce its presence in the West Philippine Sea after a guided missile frigate entered the disputed waters. The Navy ship was deployed to Second Thomas Shoal to reinforce the Philippine Navy's presence in the area and to serve as a floating base for Philippine Marines stationed there. In March, 2 Philippine Navy ships were dispatched to Second Thomas Shoal amid reports that China was planning to send a research vessel to the area. The Philippine Navy ships were deployed to prevent any untoward incidents from happening. Recently, the Philippine government filed a diplomatic protest over the presence of a Chinese naval vessel in the vicinity waters of the Philippine Islands in the West Philippine Sea. The protest was filed through the Philippine Embassy and was based on a report from the Philippine Navy. The Philippine Navy reported that a Chinese naval vessel was sighted in the vicinity waters of Second Thomas Shoal on April 12th. The Chinese ship was identified as the Chinese Navy Jiangkai class guided missile destroyer, the Changchun ship, with hull number 171. According to the report, the Chinese ship entered the Philippine Exclusive Economic Zone through the waters between Palawan and the island of Bal. The ship then sailed north towards the Paracel Islands, which are also claimed by the Philippines. The Chinese vessel stayed in the area for about 14 hours before leaving for Vietnam. The Philippine Navy said that the ship's presence in the area was deemed unsafe and unprofessional. China claims almost the entire South China Sea, including the waters around the Philippine Islands. The Philippines has protested China's claims and has asked for support from the United States and other countries. But so far, no country has come to the Philippines' aid. Despite the lack of support from other countries, the Philippine government is standing firm on its position. The government is committed to protecting the Philippine territory and sovereign rights in the West Philippine Sea. This is a developing story. We will continue to monitor the situation and bring you the latest updates.